Now you have heard of women's rights and how we've tried to reach new heights if we're all created equal. That's us too. Yeah, but you will probably not recall that it's not been too long at all since we even had the right to cast a vote. Well,
You know, sometimes the events of decades can crystallize in a moment, and it seems as if overnight there's this historic change. When you look back at it, you say, oh, well, this was building up, and for years there was this person and this person and this group, and they were networking and this, and then there was a shift. The women's movement had many origins. In part, it owes its renewed birth to the civil rights movement, because there was then a lesson for the women of America of how blacks at that time were taking their life into their own hands.
By the early 50s, segregation was frayed by the war and torn in spots where the court had acted. The white primary was outlawed. Housing covenants outlawed. Some graduate and law schools were forced to admit blacks. But the court was aware that the big fight was still to come. The schools, K through 12, white children and black in the same classroom.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness certainly include the right to marry the person you love. So it is now my honor to sign into law this next step for the state of Minnesota to fulfill its promise to every Minnesotan.
For most of our nation's history, public schools were allowed to exclude children with disabilities. Students with certain special needs were often sent to centralized institutions. Others had no educational opportunities at all outside the home. During the 1960s, federal legislation began to guarantee and protect the educational rights of children.
And in 1975, Congress first enacted the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA. It ensured that all children, including children with disabilities, had the right to receive a free, appropriate public education. The law has been revised many times. Congress passed the most recent amendments in December 2004, with final regulations published in August 2006.
The teacher is often one of the first people to identify that there is a need.
Those kids were pretty much pegged then as special ed kids, and there was no chance of them of getting out of that kind of an environment. So now that we have the inclusive environments, they're not isolated, they're not going to a separate school.
The benefits are that it really does give the opportunity for all of the students in that classroom to be able to benefit from the benefits of diversity. And the diversity that we happen to be talking about here is special education.
We're not only teaching kids with special needs, but we're teaching kids that are typically developing who are also learning acceptance and understanding and tolerance.
More than 6 million children with disabilities receive special education and related services in our schools each year. The United States government, through the Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act, or IDEA, sets standards that ensure these services are made available in schools for all students.
Paperwork coming out of your ears, and it only gets worse every year. You have at least 2 meetings every day where the same thing is said in 10 different ways. Those meetings are short, in fact they're long. You can tell how much we love by the tone of the song. Cause we have IP and ESY, PPS and OHI, BIP and RTI, makes the teacher say, oh my, LD, ED, ADD and SV, with all the different tricks that makes the teacher go crazy. Whoa. When you're not teaching, you're collecting test data. Can't wait till summer to be a couch potato. Getting everyone to meetings, that's a blast. Just like getting a big kick into everybody. IP and ESY, PPS and OHI, BIP and RTI makes the teacher say, oh my, LD, ED, ADD and SV. With all the different terms, it makes the teacher go crazy. Whoa, I'm ready for vacation. Whoa, I need a vacation. You're late 4 minutes cause the printer's broke down, and the 2 pages missing cause it dropped on the ground. And every parent is super glad to see us. Oh, you caught me, I'm being facetious. They're mad at you cause their kid is lazy. That's when I want to scream, IPs drive me crazy. IP and ESY, PPS and OHI, BIP, RTI makes the teacher say, oh my, LD, ED, ADD and SV. With all those different terms, it makes the teacher go crazy. Whoa, I'm ready for vacation. Whoa, I need vacation. But you know we can't forget what makes us love these kids. Like the stories we share with each other. Like kids saying, I wish you wore my sweater. And how they all look up to you. Trust that you'll show them what to do. Makes the hard times easy to go through. Like IP and ESY, PPS and OHI, BIP, RTI makes the teacher say, oh my, LD, ED, ADD and SV. With all these different terms, it makes the teacher go crazy. Whoa, I'm ready for vacation. Whoa, I need a vacation. Whoa, I'm ready for vacation.